Guys, welcome back to the Real Life Trading channel. Today, I'm gonna be going over pyramids again. This is the part 2. So to review the strategy, once again, the pyramid is gonna look something like this, okay? You're going to load in this way. All right, and just imagine that the moving average is passing right through the middle. So you're gonna load 10, 10, 20, 30, and I'll just scoot these up so I can show you the full load. 20, 30, 50, and then the bottom load is going to be 80, okay? That's how you load. Now, on the first video I did, I got a lot of positive, but I also got a lot of hate on this, and I wanna clarify a few things because one of the big things people kept asking about is where do you put your stop? So we're just gonna run through a bunch more examples, but before we do, I do have to give myself a little bit of a pat on the back because at the end of the last video, I did call Apple, and I just wanna go over that one more time. So here's Apple on the weekly chart. And if you guys remember, around here was when I posted the last video. And I was saying that if Apple came down there, that I would set up a pyramid right there. And look what it did, guys. Huge gap up on earnings, and now we're running towards all-time highs. I mean, this worked. And I also said that I would have loaded all the way down into the 200. Now, to clarify the stop. Now, on Apple, personally, guys, I'm not gonna run a stop because it's Apple and I'm willing to hold this long term. But if you had loaded a bunch of shares, like an obscene amount, like you weren't comfortable holding forever, you could have put your stop probably right about here. So you see this pivot? This pivot to me is a good spot to put a stop under. You're under the 200, okay? In my opinion, that's pretty safe. This 200 also coincides with the 150 level, which if you know anything about like grandma and grandpa numbers, like whole numbers are really powerful. 100, 150, 200. People buy and sell a lot at those levels. So I'm glad I could clarify that for you guys. I hope you took this Apple trade. It was definitely a banger. I'm still in calls and I'm probably gonna hold them up into 200 or all-time high. We'll see. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of raising my stop up as we go. So right now I'm putting my stop below that 200 and 100 on the daily, just because that's a huge level of support. And if Apple decides to take a trip all the way back down and fill this gap, I will load more calls, kind of setting up a pyramid there. Anyways, let's get into more examples. Today I'm just going to literally pick a random ticker out of my little sidebar here, and I'm gonna close my eyes and click one. Chewy. Okay, Chewy, let's take a look. Now, Chewy is in this pretty nasty downtrend. Let's back up to the monthly here and just see what Chewy's been doing. So, I mean, a rock bottom stock, right? I mean, this thing is below its IPO, below these lows here. It's pretty darn beat up. So for a stock like this, I would not be trying to go long. I'd actually be trying to short it, unless you think that, I don't know, this stock is gonna go up in the long term, which some of you might. But personally for me, I'm probably gonna look to short this. So I'm gonna go into the daily and I'm gonna throw up those moving averages. Now, this is fun. We get to practice this on the inverse now. So just going back to the most recent time that this interacted with the 100 and 200 is probably back here in December. So you can see that Chewy popped up and we're just gonna do all this in reverse. So here's the neckline, right? And I'm gonna change this color for you guys just because, you know, I like orange. I like orange for my necklines. Have fun with your colors. Change them to whatever you guys want. There's the neckline. And then as soon as we broke that neckline, which was right here, right around the blue line, I would have entered a pyramid. Now, I know what I've said before, so I'm gonna put it right in the middle for you guys. And just remember, if you wanted to do a bigger pyramid, it could have looked like that between the blue and the red. But for this example, we're just gonna do the blue. So where would my stop go? Stop can go above the 200, okay? And we'll make that red. And sure enough, we would have come in. I would have bought, what was it, guys? Remember? 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, right? Depending on how big your pyramid is. My pyramid's kind of small here, so I probably just would have done 1, 2, 3, 5. And then sure enough, it comes up, you're in the red for a little bit, and then it comes down, and when we make a new low, I would take it off for a gain. So what does that look like? Let's actually just set that up for a second. Let's go ahead and back up in time. All right. So Chewy, here we go. Coming up into the triangle. And we break it right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll size this up because Chewy's kind of a cheap stock. So we're gonna go ahead and sell 10. And it comes up a little higher. We're gonna sell 10 more. And it comes up a little higher. So right there, I probably sold the entire pyramid. I've sold 20 now. And now we're just gonna kind of wait and see what happens. Now, at some point I'm up here, I'm down 110 bucks. So at some point here, I'm down 110 bucks, starts to turn around, and look at that. Now we're in profits, right? My stop is up here, guys, okay? My stop is up here. I can even put this up here so you guys can see. I'm risking about 260 bucks, and my take profit is gonna probably be at the lows, okay? I'll be honest. And we come down, and we're filled, okay? So there's an example on Chewy, guys, a random stock I picked. Let's do this again. Pick one. Okay. The S&P. Okay. SPX 500. Well, it's pretty obvious, guys. But I know what you guys are thinking. How big do I make the pyramid? Okay. That's a really good question. Because your pyramid could be, let's say, this size, right? Or it can be this size. That's really up to you, okay? Use your best discretion here. You know, trading is all about experimentation, learning from your mistakes, and tailoring these strategies to be working for you, right? So in this circumstance, all right, my stop definitely would have been below the 200. Also, you have a nice bouncing point right here, so it might have gone even lower, maybe like here. And if my stop is there, then I'm gonna want my pyramid to be pretty big, because if my pyramid's small, that's a huge distance for a stop, right? So I'm gonna make my pyramid pretty big, all right? I probably would have done something like this, if I'm being completely honest, because you can see up here, we have sort of like a little bit of a neckline forming, all right? So let's just see how this would have gone, all right? So it comes down. Okay, I'm gonna buy 10. Okay. Comes down a little more. I'm gonna buy 10 more. Comes down a little more. I'm gonna buy 20. And then we pop out of there. And now we're coming back up into the neckline. All right, huge retracement there. You probably would have gotten scared, but we didn't even get back to the 100. And remember, guys, you can be moving your stop up. So now at this point, I would move my stop to there and then probably up to there. But I mean, you can see what happened, guys. I mean, you know, all right? 10,000 bucks. What do you want from me? Okay. Let's pick another random one. Let's actually go and just pick one off FinViz. Now, I know some of you aren't familiar with FinViz, so I just want to show you this real quick. Let's go to the maps. So these are the heat maps. And I'm going to go to the 1 month heat map. Now, I'm looking for things that are either really red, really green, but in this example, we're just going to pick anything. So I'm just gonna pick right there. All right, what did I land on? Kroger. All right, Kroger. KR. I shop at Kroger, so this is kind of cool. All right, weekly. Okay, so the last time we interacted with this, the first touch was back here. You can see we made this really big high. We came down and touched it. We came up. Now, the second time we touch it, you got to be careful because it can break through on the second touch. But it would have worked again here, and it would have worked again here. And then we finally break through here, right? And then we get real close to the red line. You probably would have set up a pyramid there, and that would have worked. And then we just blast right through, right? So if you guys want to see an example, I will show you an example. So here we go. All right. Clear neckline right there. And there's your blue line. So I'm just gonna draw a little bit of that, okay? Where's my stop going, guys? It can go here or it can go below the 200. Totally up to you. Once again, it's all about your appetite. And here we go. Okay, we're in. Buy. Okay, come down. That's a little more. Buy it. And it's a little more. So now we're doing 20. Okay, we're popping out of there now. It's up to you where you want to take this off, guys. I mean, you have a big rejection right here, so keep that in mind, right? I wouldn't challenge this, right? We're in a downtrend. Okay, we're in a downtrend. You've already broken that downtrend, so if you want to play your luck all the way up into all-time highs, you can, but let's just see what happened here. Okay. We came down, we touched the blue line again. We haven't even fallen to the red yet. We fell into the red there for a second. Okay, once again, we haven't broken that high now, right? So we're making lower highs. It's up to you when you want to take this off. Let's just pretend I'm like stubborn and I just want all-time highs. We still haven't come down into my original pyramid. Okay, now here, we're still at this level. We haven't really gone deeper. And now the 200 is coming up as support. Okay, there we did go deeper. Actually, we didn't. We didn't break that low. So I'm just going to hold. Now the 100's acting as resistance. We just broke out of the 100, and there it goes. Okay. So you can see this strategy even worked if I just held it. I just literally held it. All right, let's do this again. Amazon. This is gonna be fun. And they've already done Amazon in the last example, but we're just gonna clear the charts here and we're gonna do another example. All right, so just to go over from top to bottom one more time for you guys, if you haven't watched the last video, what we're doing is when Amazon breaks a particular neckline, which in this case, look at this gap, right? This gap wants to fill, it's sort of like a magnet. So I'm going to draw a triangle somewhere right in there, okay? Where's my stop gonna go? My stop can go down here, okay? Below the 200 and below this pivot. And you guys think I'm cherry picking, but I literally went like this on FinViz. All right, so let's do big boy numbers on this one. So it comes down. Okay, that was so fast. So you would have had to have been really fast. But I'm just gonna back this up because I don't wanna miss this. So on this day right here, half of the pyramid fills. So that probably would have been 100 plus 100, so 200, right? And it wouldn't even have been up there. You would have gotten filled in the middle of the pyramid. But for this example, you can see what happened. 2,500 bucks. Okay. Okay, one last example. Pod, P-O-D-D. Okay, let's back this up. Pod. Monthly chart. To me, this is bearish. Okay, I know it's sitting on top of the 100 on the monthly, but overall, this is bearish. If you go to the weekly, we're under those. If we go to the daily, we're under those. And let's just go ahead and look at the last two examples. So, example one, right here. Now, you're probably saying, Calvin, it didn't work there. But it kind of did, because let's try to find the neckline, first of all. To me, neckline is right here. Okay, you see these two pivots. So pyramid's gonna start there. We're gonna run it through the middle, and my stop is gonna be above that 200. Okay? So, back it up. Coming up into the pyramid, we're gonna short 100. We're gonna short another 100. We're gonna short 200. Fib numbers. We are going to, let's see here, we'll wait a little longer. We're gonna short 300. All right, now here you're fully filled. 500 short, 800 short. Okay, I understand this is a lot of money. Okay, your stop's all the way up here. I mean, you're risking $85,000 on this trade. Most of you aren't going to risk that much, but for the sake of this example, I just want to show you. Pretty scary. You're down 40K. You're holding, you're holding, you're holding. We're still under the 200. We come down. We're up 20K at this point. Targeting that 100 SMA would be nice. Boom, we touch it right there. 30K, gonna lock it in. Worked. Now, what am I gonna do if we come up here on stacked moving averages? New neckline, it's right here. See it? Okay. I'm gonna short 100. I'm gonna short 200. I'm sorry, not 200. That was my mistake. It should have been 100. And huge rejection. Back to the lows. I would definitely take some off there. That's another $4,000. So guys, I'm showing you all these examples to show you the power of the pyramid. This stuff works. If you're curious on more of this, I'd be happy to give you a one-on-one lesson, or you can go to Real Life Trading, sign up for one of our mentorship groups. We love teaching you guys. We drop all this knowledge for free every Wednesday, and you can just learn more and more and more and grow your wealth and grow your financial independence. So please check us out on our YouTube, Instagram, all the things, Twitter. Please follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram is Calvy, C-A-L-V-Y-Y, and I'll see you guys next time.